If computer marks are above 40, then show pass, else show fail. In this video, we will learn how to use the if function. We'll see how the if function works.
The if function is a powerful decision-making tool. It basically checks for a condition, and if the condition is true, it returns one value, and if it's false, it returns another value.
So the basic syntax of the if statement is, if the first parameter is the condition, it checks for the condition, and if the condition is true, it will show a particular value, and if it is false, it will show another value. So here in this if statement, H4, which is the marks for computers, I'm checking the marks of computers. That is the condition. So is it equal to or greater than 40? That is the condition. If yes, then show this. You can give whatever you want in quotes. And if the condition fails, you show this, the other text. So in this case, since the marks are greater than 40, it will show pass. Let's say for this one, I change it to 31. I'll copy the formula to the next one. Now again, it checks for the condition. Are the marks greater than 40? It is not true. So it will pick up text from the third parameter, which is fail. So it will show fail. Now in this case, we are showing pass and fail. So that is text. So you need to give that in quotes. So here in the condition, you see greater and equal to sign. These are logical operators. So here you see the various logical operators. This is less than, this is equal to, this is less than equal to, not equal to. So you can use any of these logical operators in the condition. So what if the number is 40? I'll copy the formula. It shows pass because in the condition we are checking for whether it is greater than or equal to. Any of this condition is met, it will consider it as true and show pass. I'll remove this. Now, once a condition is true or false, you can either show text or you can even show number. So for instance, if the condition is greater than 40, I can show 40. So I'm saying depending on the condition, either show 40 or 0. So for the next one, it should show 0. So after the condition is checked, you can either show text or you can show a number. If you are showing text, make sure it is in quotes. I'll do Ctrl Z.
We'll see one more example. In this case, we will work with numbers. So here are some sales figures. Depending on the sales amount, we'll calculate commission. And this is the formula we will use. If the sales is over $5,000, the commission earned will be 500, else it will be 100. I'll copy the formula here, and this is E18, so I will change the cell to E18, shows 500, which is correct. I'll copy the formula to the other cells. So in this case, it's 500, this is less than 5,000, so 100, greater than 5,000, 500, less than 5,000, 100, and this is 500. So the values are correct. So this is a practical scenario where you tend to work with numbers. So if statement comes in handy in such cases.
You can also check for text conditions. So let's say here, instead of marks, if I had given, say if I say yes is equal to yes, then show approved, else show reject. If H4 is equal to yes, If the condition is true, show approved, else show reject. So in this case, it is yes, so it shows approved. Now, what if we want to check two conditions at the same time? For example, marks above 40 and attendance above 75%. That's why you need to use and or operators in the if function. We'll cover that in the next video. Here are some common mistakes that most beginners do when using the if function. First is the missing quotes. If you're displaying text, make sure you give quotes. Otherwise, it will give an error. It's giving this error because pass is not displayed as text. I'll give the double quotes and it should work fine. The results displayed may also not be correct if you give the wrong operators. So here, instead of greater or equal to, if I give only equal to, then you see the condition fails because 92 is greater than 40, but you have put the condition as check if the number is equal to 40. So make sure you give the logical operators in the condition correctly. You must also ensure that you have given the right parenthesis. So make sure you give the parenthesis correctly. In Excel, you can also use the nested if function. Let's say you want to show distinction if the marks of computers is greater than 70. So in that case, what you do is, if the marks is greater than 75, then show distinction else. Now you can use another if statement to check if the marks is greater than 40 or less than 40. So I'll say, so I have given the second if statement inside, and in the end I'll close the parenthesis. So basically in the end I'll have two parentheses. So in this case, marks is greater than 75, so it shows distinction. I'll copy the formula to the next one. It shows fail. So this is nested if, which I have covered in a separate video.
You can also use if function with other functions. So for example, here I'm checking if the score, this column, is blank or not. So you check that by saying if is blank. If something is blank, say empty or it has data. So here we are using another function, is blank. So here you have 85, so it shows has data. If I remove 85, it will show empty. The control Z. Similarly, here within the if function, I'm checking for the length of the cell. So if the length is greater than 10, say it's long, else say it's short. So in this case, this is short. I'll increase it so it will become long. You can use several other functions. You can use the AND function. That means you can check the marks of multiple subjects. You can even use OR to check values in multiple columns. So basically you can use other functions within the if function.
So that's all in this video. Subscribe for more such tutorials.
Or comment with questions. Thanks for watching the video.